On today's episode of WatchJRGo, we are back in the shop with my $2,000, pretty much loaded Ford Escape, and it looks like Ford might have cut this thing off. What is going on, guys? I'm WatchJRGo, and today, like I said, we are back in the shop with the Ford Escape I bought yesterday. And it's Sunday, so I can't go buy the engine that I need so we can get busy on the swap, so we gotta fix some other things that also need taken care of before we're done with this car. And one of those is something I actually tried yesterday. Now, there is no easy way to bring back cylinder 2 on this engine. It's gonna keep misfiring. It is a very dead engine, but we do not have to have a dead infotainment system in this thing. So let's see if we can fix that. We gotta fix something, and this honestly should be an easy fix, right? But it seems like it's not as easy as you would think. So let's head inside the Escape and take a look at what we're working with here. So this is Sync 3 with the super glossy screen, which is kind of interesting for the time period because this has a normal, like, non-glossy vehicle screen in the cluster, and then this ultra glossy, pretty big screen for an Escape right here in the center. Really interesting for the time period, right? This thing is 9 years old already, almost 10 years old. And back then you didn't see a lot of very glossy screens in vehicles, so it's kind of an odd choice. And also yesterday, people were saying some things in the comments about this not being a brand new vehicle. The last car we just finished, the Camaro on this channel, was 30 plus years old. I mean, 35 years old almost. So yeah, I'm calling this a brand new car. It is so nice to hop in something with normal features. Okay, so the deal with this thing is it will not install its software updates. And I think Ford might have cut off the update servers on this thing. So yesterday we joined it to the Wi-Fi. You can see it's connected to the shop's Wi-Fi right there. There is internet. I know it all works great. And if we go to settings, and then we go to general, and then we go to automatic system updates, you can see that it checked for updates yesterday, and it is on Sync 3 software version 2. And currently Sync 3 is on software version 3.4. So it's so out of date. And also yesterday when it said last checked, it said that the last check was literally the production date of the vehicle. It was like 5/7/2016. 10 years ago. Look at that, on the dot almost. So this thing will not update. No matter what I do, it's connected to the Wi-Fi right now. We can hit scan for updates. It will say searching for updates, and then nothing happens here. It just simply fails, which is not cool. Not cool at all, Ford. Now, I'm not expecting it to update over the air using the Sync Connect or anything like that. I don't need the phone to work. I literally just need this thing to talk on the Wi-Fi network and do a simple HTTP request, download some software and install it. It doesn't get much easier than that. The car has internet, it should do its updates. But it won't, it just fails. I will say though, after I scanned it, and then I went to the Ford website to check on the updates, it shows that this thing was running version 2, and it shows that it updated yesterday. So no matter what I do, it will not update. I'm gonna show you guys how to fix this today, because it's kind of an interesting problem. And maybe yours has never been updated either. So you might want to jump in, update Sync. And I think you can actually do some cool mods with Sync once you get it up to date and start changing things up. It looks like Cyan Labs has some custom firmwares for this. But first, we're just going to get it on the latest firmware, software, whatever. So this is never going to finish. I waited 20-30 minutes yesterday. It just says scanning for updates forever. Then you restart the car and it says last check for updates was today's date. So I think even if we shut this off, nothing changes. It just sits here on version 2 and it will not update. So it seems like it's trying to reach out to the update servers and nothing's happening. Very unfortunate. They must have nerfed this thing. They must have cut off its umbilical cord. And if you've got one of these and you try the simple update method, it's just gonna say, yeah, I checked. That's all it says. It just says I checked. It doesn't say install. It doesn't say update system. It just says I checked. So if your Ford is doing this too, it's time to break out a computer. Let's head inside, jump on the laptop, and we're gonna get everything set up to come out here and manually install these updates. Whether they cut us off or not, we're gonna fix this thing. I think we can have it on software version 3.4 in less than an hour. There's a couple options for this too. You can go to the dealer and they can hook up to it. They can install these updates for you. And the Wi-Fi option says that it works, even though it definitely appears that it doesn't. It works perfect in my truck. but then again, my truck's Sync 4, so we're not gonna compare the two. And if the Wi-Fi or over-the-air updates aren't working, then I guess you gotta go the manual route, and we are going the manual route today. So to do the update, you just head on over to ford.com/support/software-updates. I'll throw a link to this in the description below, but let's go ahead and load this thing up. Basically, you just need to put the VIN for your vehicle in this website. Look at that. It kept the VIN from yesterday. Perfect. But when you're doing this, it'll pop up blank. Put your VIN number in there, hit search, and then boom, you should get something just like this. It shows that I'm on sync version 2.0. And what's funny is yesterday was the 10th when I picked this thing up, but it was showing that I updated it on the 11th. So there's probably just a time discrepancy there. Who knows, some kind of time zone thing. But there's an update available. So you go to your updates, hit update available, and Wi-Fi clearly fails. We've tried like 100 times now. And USB drive, and download sync update. So you hit that button right there, and I already have it downloaded right here. Opening the file up. And basically, I think we just need to copy all these files over to an exFAT formatted flash drive. So currently this is an NTFS formatted flash drive that you are required to have if you want to install the updates on a Honda Goldwing. So we're gonna go ahead and reformat that real quick. Let's erase it, sure, and format it as exFAT, erase, and that's all you have to do. Open disk utility on your Mac, hit that. A couple seconds later, you've got your blank exFAT formatted flash drive. This is all pretty standard stuff, but if you've never formatted a disk on a Mac, you just open disk utility. So type disk, you know, command space, done and done. Select all the files from the folder that you extracted from Ford right there, and oh wow, the computer decided it didn't want to work anymore. Okay, drag them all over to the flash drive, give it a couple seconds, and we're gonna head out to the car. Now here's the magic that's gonna let us get around whatever happened that doesn't let this thing install its software updates anymore. And you know, it could be something weird's going on. Like a lot of times if they're using SSL and the time and date's wrong between the server and the vehicle, something like that, you could end up with errors there. There's a lot of reasons that this could be failing, but it's not internet access, I can tell you that. This thing missed 10 years of software updates from Ford, and it doesn't run. Well, you know, it does. But Ford wants you to leave your car running while you install these updates. We are not going to do that because of that nasty misfire. It'd probably overheat. I do want this thing to continue running at least, you know, a few more days until we can get the engine out of it. So let's grab a battery charger, hook it up on our highest amperage to keep this thing alive. Also, we're gonna turn off the headlights, and that should be enough for this thing to stay alive for 30 minutes. I don't know why it wouldn't survive that long. This isn't quite the amount of amperage I wanted. This is only a 15 amp battery charger, but hey, it's something, and I think it'll be enough to keep it alive. I wish it had engine start with 100 amp mode, but those 100 amp modes usually need recycled all the time. They're not continuous out of these little baby chargers, but we are hooked up and charging. Let's head inside and start the update process. So this should be pretty straightforward. Basically, you just turn on the car, wait till it starts up, plug in the USB. So will it work as easily as they say it will? All right. Plugged in, all the way in. Hopefully this starts up in like moments here. Oh, look at that, updating system software. Only a couple seconds later. So this process will take a while from what I've heard. I'm just hoping it doesn't actually take 30 minutes. We'll figure out how long it takes. This is the 2.0 to 3.4 update, and it's 5:22 when we started it. 5:21 maybe. And the headlights are off too, so hopefully we're not using any power in here. We've got the climate off, headlights are off. Let's see what happens. Well, the screen went black, and now we have this system off to save battery. I sure hope not. I guess I could start the engine, but I'm a little concerned. Is it already done with the update? What's going on here? What is going on here? Yes. Close. Close. Settings. General. Oh, the touchscreen beeps back on. It almost feels like it did update then. Nope, it definitely did not update, not one bit. Okay, there it goes, it started again. I guess we're gonna let this thing run. Hopefully it runs long enough before it goes into limp mode. Maybe you have to have a running car to do this, but we'll just open the garage and let it eat. I think we got it this time. It's only been a couple of minutes, but now it said restarting system. It looks like we could be good to go. Even 2 tries over USB, that's crazy. Coolant temps coming up, but not too high yet. We're doing okay. All right, did we make it? Settings, general. .2.0, it won't update. What on earth? Ah, mem error 01. All right, apparently you just can't update these things. Let's go figure it out. Round 3 fight. There we go. We changed flash drives, went to a 32 gig. Oh wow, instantly failed. You know what, I have heard, people won't exactly tell you how to do this, but I think we need to do a master reset. That mem error is supposed to mean the built-in memory on Sync 3 is completely full. So it hasn't ever failed that quickly before. Hopefully after a master reset here, we're good to go. Okay, we're just not gonna turn on automatic system updates because that's a fresh reset right there. And we'll go ahead and throw in our flash drive. Look at that, it's already reading. So hopefully in just seconds we get updating system software. All right, don't fail. Please don't fail. Why is this more work than it should ever be? This is a simple process. All right, we made it somewhere. Key cycle the vehicle. I don't know if that's a good sign or not. The screen just went black. I was gonna turn the key off for it. Does it do it itself? It's a mystery, guys. You just gotta let the system do what the system wants to do. Okay, no. Close. System updated. Look at that. All right, that's good news. Did we get it? 2. All right, fine. It said this was a 2-part update, so we'll shut this thing off. It's incredibly upset. I hope I didn't need to cycle the key faster. Oh, look at that. Updating system software again. Cool. We might be okay. We might be okay here. Sitting here changing themes. It's absolutely freaking out, man. Well, it's reading from the flash drive again. I just hope this works. Please work. Please, please, please work. I think we did it. You may now remove your USB device. USB device removed. Look at that. This is a classic. These were the best flash drives back in the day. And I guess I just had an Ubuntu install on it, so I wiped it. Time to restart the vehicle. Open the door. Wait for it to go away any day now. We'll give it a couple seconds. Shut down. All right. Screen backlight's off. I'm thinking we're good. Let's turn it on. See if we finally, this, I thought it was gonna take 10 minutes, you know. Here we are, almost a full hour in. Please say Sync 3. Hey, that looked different. For a second there, it looked different. All right, general. System updates. Now we don't have a software version anymore. It got worse. Hey, look at that. Perfect, perfect. All right, version 3.0. I think we might actually need to do this again to make sure it's actually good. Okay, it doesn't scroll. But let's add the Wi-Fi and see what happens. So after you're done with these updates, which might be just as much of a pain as it was for you as it was for me. It might take you quite a bit of time, might take multiple flash drives. I have read that a bunch, that people just go through flash drive after flash drive till they can get one that works. The Patriot one worked really well for me, so shout out to that. The Lexar one failed. But once you're done with all of this, you're supposed to report that the update's done. You can either upload the log that's written to the flash drive on Ford's website, or you can add it back to the Wi-Fi and hit update, and then it should push what version the system is. Oh, right out of the gate, huge downgrade on the Wi-Fi side. They changed the keyboard, and the new keyboard on these things is QWERTY instead of ABCDE. And ABCDE is so much easier to use on things like this. So it took 100 hours to type the Wi-Fi password, but we got it done. I'll persevere. Yes, you can have auto updates, and we'll check for updates now, and it instantly it's done. Okay. It still says 3.0. I wanted to say 3.4. You know, guys, I think this might be as good as it gets. I went ahead and jumped back on the forward update website there, and we now show that it is updated in the future, of course. That's tomorrow's date. But yeah, now it says it's on 3.0.20204. So that's maybe it. I think this is just going to fail again now that we're on the Wi-Fi and all the updates are done. It still doesn't update. What's going on with Sync 3? Is it just a dead product? This is the Windows-based one, right? Like, Microsoft hasn't given up. Kind of weird that this thing just fails over and over. But I'm about done trying because we made it a full major version update. So I don't know if it's going to add anything. It did change the interface up some. It does still feel snappy. I'm going to make sure CarPlay works here in a second, and if it does, we're calling it. Well, we're back, and I got an alert on the screen saying your system has been updated to the latest version. So I guess that's it. I guess this one doesn't get 3.4, it gets 3.0. It seems like if you use Syn 3 Updater, you might be able to get these pushed up to 3.4. I think it's just kind of over for this system at this point. But if you try to get Syn 3 Updater, the website, that's Cyan Labs, I couldn't recommend enough staying away from that website. It's the most dangerous thing I've ever seen. If I wasn't on a Mac, I would have been freaking out from the pop-unders, pop-overs, everything on that entire website was malicious. So stay far away from it. I don't know where to get the software at. Like, build yourself a sandbox system or something if you're gonna try to go there. It's sketchy. That's all I got to say about that. But this one's up to date and we did it the Ford way. I guess that's what we're getting. And I'm glad I did it before we got busy on this engine pull and all that, because it ended up taking forever instead of being a simple job. So maybe that's why the Wi-Fi updates were failing too. Maybe the servers are dead. Maybe it was just a huge update. I don't know, but she's fixed. One thing down. That is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to head on over to shop WatchJRGo.com for cool shirts, not like this. And please like, share, subscribe, do whatever you want to do, and I will talk to you next time. And the system stopped shutting down once we got this thing warmed up and the charger on there. It's crazy, it just ran for like 45 minutes. No problem at all. Misfire was there the whole time, but the fans never even kicked on. It's either completely out of coolant and keeps running like a side-by-side does, or maybe it's okay-ish. I really think I could have driven it home. The seller was adamant that it would not make it anywhere before it went into limp mode, but like, it just ran for 45 minutes. And after a little bit of it, the flashing check engine light even went away, and it was just check engine light for a misfire. So it wasn't too mad, but maybe under load, things would be different. All I know is it did really well getting us through that update.